chat so that we can talk. That's much appreciated. Like I said, welcome to NJ Bass Academy. I'm just getting used to playing some music at the beginning and see how that works. So right now, I would like to skip over to the chat and see if there's anybody hanging out tonight. And, okay. No, I don't see anybody signed in yet, but we're live here at NJ Bass Academy. And we're going to go over to screen one. Like I said, thank you for subscribing if you're a subscriber. And don't forget to support me over there at Patreon, NJ Bass Academy. If anyone's interested in bass lessons, you can go over there. And also, I'll be putting content that you won't find anywhere else on Patreon. Patreon, I am actually revamping the whole Patreon thing to just include things that you can't find anyplace else. So, if you want to support me, go on over there to Patreon. I really appreciate it. NJ Bass Academy is on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Okay? So you can find me there. I'm always putting new lessons up in the lesson series. If any of you aspiring bass players from beginning to advanced intermediate, you can go over there and sign up for my lesson course, and you can also study with me privately on Zoom. And if you don't know who I am, my name is John Thompson, and I've been playing bass, and guitar all my life. Bass is my main instrument that I'm formally taught on the bass. And I've studied with some of the greatest bass players in the world. I'm not going to drop any names at this point because that's just how I am, but I studied with some really, really, really great famous musicians. And some of the lessons went well and some of them didn't. So stick around if you want to hear that story. I've played in all kinds of bands from country to R&B to blues, rock, you name it. I've never been in a reggae band. That's the only thing I can say. But I did jam with a reggae guy a long time ago, and that was certainly fun. Anyway, okay. Let's see what's going on in the news now over here. And we're going to go over to screen 2. And here we go. In the news. All right, so everybody knows that the if you don't know, the Grammy Awards were the other night, and Megan Thee Stallion, and I never heard of her before, but she is awesome. And for some reason, I have a phone call coming in here. Hello. Hello. Hey, who's calling? Ricky, what's up, man? I'm in the middle of a show. Oh, I'm trying to get her. Hold on. Hey, who's calling? There you go. I got you. Are you there?
All right. Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, man? I'm in the middle of a show.
You're in the middle of the show.
Yeah,
I know you're in the middle of the show. I'm watching it.
Oh, are you? Is that what I hear in the background? You got to turn that down a little bit, my brother.
All right, I'll turn my speakers off.
Yeah. You got to turn the speaker down. It's too much of a delay.
What's going on? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great. How are
Good.
you doing? I just
I'm good. Good. I watch the show every week. You know, I love it. You know, it's good stuff.
well, I'm glad I'm glad that you're calling in, man. So what's
No. Yeah, I didn't have your number. I mean, I had to search. Like, I have so many of your numbers.
I know.
Ridiculous.
I know, and I
Yeah,
just got a
don't
new
do it.
phone too. With all due respect, I
Yeah.
just got a new phone.
Yeah,
so
so I got the correct one now, so we're good. But I was thinking about our life together. It's been a wonderful life. I know you for, I think I met you in 1968.
don't even
68.
Wow.
Bro,
So don't even
68.
you're giving it away, man. You're giving me away.
68.
That's all right.
Your father, you were in Admiral Farragut, and he brought you to Seaside Heights, where I was.
Yep.
And that's where we met. And then, we hooked up young. We hooked up like you were 12, and I think I was 13. I think I'm a couple of months older than you. But
Yeah. If anybody's watching, this is Ricky, and we have a long music history together. Ricky is a phenomenal percussionist and drummer, and we've had a lot of exciting times together. So, yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Oh,
I
my
just
God.
wanted to give him a little
a
background.
lot of good times. And I was thinking about all of that. I mean, all that we've been through. I mean, I was going back to the days. Like when I first hooked up with you, you were playing guitar, right?
Probably.
Wasn't Jimmy U. Vegas playing bass?
Yeah, I was probably playing guitar, and Jimmy Vegas was probably playing bass at that time, only because he wanted to
the
play
very
bass.
early years.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, yep.
And then you went to bass, and then we did all the fucking Motown shit. When we first got together, we were doing the Soul Man, like Knock on Wood.
Oh yeah. Well,
And
who
then
was
we,
our favorite band back then? It was
Oh my God!
what was
And
the
then we
name
went
of
to
Jackie
the-
and Jimmy's band?
Oh yeah,
Soul
yeah,
Impressions. Remember the Soul Impressions?
Oh my God!
Jackie
my
and
God.
Jimmy, they were two crazy musicians, man. They were great people. Yo,
Yeah.
homie.
Homie,
Oh, you guys are funky.
Funk, Mr. Funk. They were the greatest. I
Yeah.
know one of them died. I don't know who it was, Jimmy or Jackie, but one of them's still alive. But I wish I could be in touch with them. They were great people. But anyway, and then we went into from there we went into like the Almonds and Doobie Brothers,
Yeah.
playing the swim clubs and the high schools, and then Bill took my place because I was like not the best timekeeper. I had to work on my time, and Bill was awesome as he was an awesome timekeeper, and then we hooked up again in Source,
Yeah.
and we went from there. We went to Toronto, Canada, and we did the whole East Coast thing. And
Yeah.
not only that, since we were friends in all of that time, the pool, the skiing, it was like a wonderful life.
I remember.
And then we ended up late in life doing the woodwork.
Yeah, because I needed a job. I needed to make real money after a while, so I had to. So I had to do something. I had to do something for work. You get married, you get a family, and all of that. But hey, I remember one time back in the swim club days that we used to play that swim club so many times, and we used to do so many dances. That one time we weren't playing there. And I was like, okay, we're not playing there, man. I'm going to have a good time, right? So me and Pat Jacoby decide we're going to go together, Joe Jacoby's brother. So before we go, we say, let's pick up a couple of quarts of Boone's Farm apple wine, right? So we got that, and the guy says, "Hey, I got some Bally High too." So I says, "All right, well, give us 2 Bally Highs and 2, Boone's Farm apple wine." Well, oh my gosh, Rick, I got so drunk. I went to the swim club, and then it hit me, and I went in the bathroom, and I couldn't get out of the bathroom.
Oh
I
my
couldn't get out of
God.
the bathroom. Angelo Permuto came in there, and somebody else, and they picked me up and they dragged me outside, and the guy says, "What's wrong with your friend?" He said, "Oh, nothing," and they propped me up, and I just fell backwards. Boom. So they throw me out of the Washington Swim Club. It's raining, lightly raining. They throw me in this like puddle of water. Next thing I know, some guy's asking me, "What's your phone number, kid? What's your phone number?" Long story short, man, I got my father and my grandfather came down to rescue me, but oh man,
Oh my God.
the things we did when we were kids, I'll tell you.
Too funny. Too
Yeah.
funny. Too
You
funny.
remember we used to get the older guys to go over the bridge of Staten Island to get us booze. Remember when we were
Oh
hanging
my
out?
God, yeah. I remember going to Staten Island when I was like 16 and going in bars. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that was no surprise because we were 16, 17 and playing in clubs. I mean, it was like crazy.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
we had our
you
AB.
know,
Remember, our manager at the time there, Sal. He got us ABC cards so that we could get in to
Yeah.
play the clubs.
yeah,
That's how
yeah,
long
we
ago
were
that
big.
was.
Yeah, crazy, 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 crazy. So what? It's a couple of things I wanted to ask you. I'm interested in. I was going to break this down into R&B and jazz and pop, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to ask you, who was your top 10? And you don't even have to go to 10. You can go to like 7 or 8. Who was your top 10 bass influences? Not
Oh.
not counting acoustic, but just electric bass.
Oh, just electric bass.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I know who
Okay.
I know who
All
your
right.
acoustic bass was.
Ah.
Your acoustic bass was Eddie Gomez, Ron Carter.
yeah, all of those guys. Yeah, all Scott LaFaro.
You're
all
my
of those
brother.
guys.
I
Yeah,
know. I
yeah,
know
I
what
know.
you think.
All right, so let's start out with the earliest, Paul McCartney. His first one.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah,
Wrong.
Paul McCartney. He was like the first bass player. I mean, after that time, that's when I figured out what the difference between bass and guitar was. So,
Right.
so Paul McCartney, he was a big influence. But, I used to listen to Elvis. So, all of Elvis's bass players, Jerry Shep was one that I was influenced by that I never even really knew I was influenced by until later on. And Jameson, because he was on the radio the whole time that we were growing up as kids. So Jameson, he's another one. How many is that? So I don't know. Let's keep going. Chris Squire, um, John Entwistle, Stanley Clark, of course, Jaco Pastorius, of course. Let me see. Somebody that might not be as obvious. Anthony Jackson. A lot of people aren't familiar with Anthony Jackson. I know you are, though.
Absolutely.
Anthony Jackson. And now John Petitucci. And I think I'm at least up to 10. And Victor Wooten. So that's right up to the present. So that's a lot of cats. And
Right.
and there's so many kids that I see now on the internet that are blowing my mind. These
Yeah.
youngsters.
I'm going back in the day. Yeah, I'm going back in the day. I'm not including today's generation, which is like, I'm not taking anything away from them. I agree with every one of those. The only one I'm not familiar with is the Elvis Cats. I was never kind of an Elvis freak, but
Yeah, the show to
but
li-
he
I
certainly
wasn't
had a
either.
lot to do with music.
I wasn't either. I wasn't like a big, like I was a big Elvis fan because my mom, of course, back then, Elvis was the king, before the Beatles. So, so
Right.
there was always Elvis Presley music around. But I didn't find out till later on when I was asked to back up an Elvis tribute artist.
Right.
And-
No, I knew you'd come across it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and I said no at first, and then my
Right.
friend who was the guitar, he was the musical director. He said, John, he said, bro, the whole show is bass and drums, man. He goes, you got to, revisit it, listen to it again. I said, all right, so, send me the music, whatever. I'll give it a listen. Oh my goodness. That's like a lesson in bass playing, and I never knew who Jerry Shep was, and I had to look him up in the whole 9 yards. But wow, some of those bass lines. If you listen to the Aloha show live from Hawaii, that was the first simulcast broadcast ever with the satellites around the world.
Right.
So they had to do that show like 3 or times in a row before they did the live show and tape it just so in case anything happened, they could switch over to the tape.
Right.
Pretty amazing. But anyway, yeah.
Crazy.
That show, the Aloha show, that was awesome. I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole,
That's
folks, but yes, it was a great experience to play the music of Elvis Presley, man. It was, listen to
I
Poke,
remember-
go listen to Poke Saliani, man. There's a bass solo in that. Poke Saliani.
Yeah.
There's a bass solo in an Elvis song. I mean, it's just I heard that, I was sold. I was like, listen to this, crazy.
I remember that period in your life. I do remember that period in your life. Yeah.
I had the featherweights. When you first met me, probably I had the featherweights and the high roll collar and the two-tone pants.
Absolutely.
And, I was what they called. What did they call them then? A Norky. I was
So
a Norky, man.
Go-
Greaser.
Yeah. Going back to the bass players, would you
I'm gonna go back to screen one here. Okay.
would you have a Larry Graham in there somewhere?
Oh my gosh. And I didn't even think about that side. Louis Johnson, Larry Graham.
Larry Graham was a drummer on a bass guitar.
Oh gosh, Verdine White, Louis Johnson.
And I was going to mention him.
That
next.
whole side.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't. I didn't
Yeah.
even. I wasn't even thinking about the R&B side.
Well,
I was going through the rock
like,
and then the jazz fusion guys. Except for Jameson and that. But
Yeah. I mean, Jamie, you know what I find out reading all these guys' books? They were all fucking.
ooh,
they
you gotta
were
watch.
all
Gotta watch the
influenced by
curse words
Jameson.
so that they don't. You gotta watch the curse words over the air so that
I'm
they
sorry,
don't. So
I'm
that they
sorry.
don't. So
They
that,
were all influenced by Jameson.
yeah. Yep. Yeah. A lot of those guys were, but
Even Jocko. Jocko was like mentioning
Oh.
Jameson all the time.
Oh yeah. What about Rocco Priesta? I mean, there's so many
Oh, we
great
can't
bass
forget
players. Yeah, how could we forget
Oh
Rocco?
my God.
He just passed
Oh, my
away
God.
recently.
Yeah, sad. I just watched the other night on PBS the 50-year anniversary of Tower Power. Marty, I was talking to Marty. You know Marty, our good friend and keyboard player, ex-bandmate, and he told me to watch it. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. I'm glad I actually got to meet Rocco and talk to him before he passed away. This was probably maybe 10 years ago or so. And yeah, man, I got my Tower of Power shirt and I got Castillo's signature, Rocco's signature. I got everybody's signature except for Dave Garibaldi. He wasn't. I guess he wasn't feeling it, or he wasn't feeling good, and he wasn't.
Right.
He wasn't signing anything. So, But man, but they were cooking. That was in that little club in New Hope called Havana. You know Havana?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Havana there. Yeah, my brother. Well, listen, man, it was great to have you call in. You there?
Thank you. One more thing before I go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did
You got something else? Go ahead.
Yeah, no. Did you get my? I emailed you about Carl Thompson had some YouTubes. Did you look at those?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
Carl
very
Thompson.
interesting. Very interesting.
Did he have videos on? Because I follow him on Instagram, but not on YouTube.
Well, yeah, no. These were videos on YouTube
Okay.
with him building bases, and I thought of you right away. I'm like, wow. I wonder if John knows about this.
Yeah, I
you
got
know,
my
and,
Carl Thompson right here, right behind me.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got that. But,
All right, brother. I love you, and
all right, man.
stay
Thanks.
well.
Hey, yeah,
And
cool.
I'll enjoy the show.
All right, man. Hey, listen, chime in the comments and stuff like that, and after the news. So, hey, if you want to call back in and give your 2 cents, feel free to call back in after the news.
I love you, and I'll see you shortly, I'm sure.
All right, my brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, peace. All right, that was my great buddy. And all right, let's go over to 2 here. Oh, what happened to my news? Let me see what's going on here. That's not good. Let's see, is it there now? There it is. Okay. We're in the news. Okay, so the news, the Grammys 2021, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, lead winners. Okay, it's all of the ladies, Okay, and if you don't know them, Billie Eilish right here. Beyonce, the one who I did not know, Megan Thee Stallion, and Taylor Swift. All right. So, Beyonce and all of these young ladies were among the big winners in the Grammy Awards Sunday night. Okay, the night notably saw all 4 awards, major awards: Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and Best New Artist, all going to the women. Girl power! All right. Just 3 years after ex-Recording Academy President Neil Portnow drew fierce criticism for saying women needed to step up if they wanted to be acknowledged at the Grammys. Wow. Okay. Step it up. Well, they stepped it up, man. So, in your face, dude. Anyway, Album of the Year went to Folklore, with Taylor Swift becoming the first woman to win the prize 3 times. She previously won Fearless 2010 and 1989 in 2016. Her pickup of the year for I Can't Breathe, while Billie Eilish won Record of the Year for Everything I Wanted after winning the same prize last year for Bad Guys. Okay, and look at these beautiful women here that were here. Now, I wanted to just comment and see, did anyone watch the Grammys? If you watch the Grammys and you're watching, hit the comments and let me know what you think. And this is what I wanted to get to here. Hopefully, I can get this to work. But it doesn't look like it's working for some reason. I don't know why it's not switching. Okay, apparently, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, they performed, and they did WAP, W-A-P, on a dreamy bed at the 2021 awards. Okay, it's just very slow in coming up. So I want you to see this. I want you to see this picture. Hopefully, when it decides it's going to load. Anyway, it was great hearing from my good friend Rick. And we had a lot of fun times. Also, the gigs that we did in Pennsylvania were just absolutely crazy. Saying it's taken a long time. I know it's taking so long. Finally, okay, Cardi B and them, boy, they put on such a risque show. I mean, it's unbelievable. And now I'm watching video is locking up. And I think that's because of the news. So I'm just going to get out of the news here and go back to here. Yeah, see, that's what it was. It was locking up. All right, I could even see my screen going down. All right, so anyway, Cardi B and the Stallion there, man, they put on some kind of a risque show. Oh my goodness. I mean, I watched it, and I don't know. I just couldn't believe it. I just women, the way that they were, the way that they were kind of exposed. I just can't believe that they have this on TV. I mean, you know, it's absolutely crazy. Hey, Johnny Morgan, how you doing? I hope you're still watching. How about Billy Strings taking home the Grammy? All right. If you guys don't know who Billy Strings is, let's go back here. If you guys don't know who Billy Strings is, man, this kid can play the guitar. This kid is top notch, man. And I'll tell you, if you like bluegrass and if you like exciting music and you like a fiery guitar playing, unbelievable. So we'll give a shout out there to Billy Strings. Trying to move my screen here, but it's not letting me. All right, so what I was going to say about the whole Cardi B thing and the Stallion, it was just crazy. They were all half-naked women, and they're all jumping around, and they're twerking their backsides and all kinds of other things. And, I mean, they're beautiful women and all. It's just, I've been to strip clubs that were more tame than that, and I just can't believe that they put all that on the Grammy. And then Cardi B and the Stallion there, they were on the silk sheets there on the bed. And I don't know. Am I old? What do you guys think? Am I just old? You know, it's just like, is that what it is? You know, women, there's a lot of women in this world that would never do something like that, and they're trying to gain respect, and I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe I'm just thinking about it too much, but I know if I had a teenage girl, I wouldn't want her watching that. You know, I just would not want her watching that. Although I enjoyed it, I have to say, I liked it. I thought it was great. But no, not on the Grammys. And I also thought that the some of the things that I saw when Cardi B first came out, she had like a whole animated stage thing, and it was phenomenal. I mean, the production, all of the productions were just absolutely phenomenal. But the no, but the Cardi and the Stallion thing, I think they took it too far. So. All right. And my daughter is with us. Oh, I love you so much. Is not receiving enough video again. Why does it keep saying that? It looks like it's pretty good to me. Yeah, it's going down and up. I guess it could be the internet. Let me just go back. Yeah, my daughter says Billy Strings has been on fire. Yeah, I haven't seen him recently. All right, see, my daughter says Cardi B is trashy. She's trashy. She's cool. She's a cool artist. You know, I like her and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think she is a little trashy. Yeah, for some reason my video is it's pretty good right now. So let's go over to screen one. Yeah, so Cardi B is pretty trashy. All right, so what else do we have going on here? Do I dare even try to see if I could get Rolling Stone pulled back up here? And let me see. Maybe I can get this to happen. No, it's just too slow. It's just too slow. I don't even want to mess with that. All right. So if anybody wants to call in, if Ron is watching, anybody's watching, get in. Now's the time to call in. If anybody would like to give a call back. And let's see if my daughter says anything else about the Cardi B situation. No. Yeah. It's a bit much. It is definitely. It's a bit much. I mean, come on. You know, it ain't all that necessary. So actually, I am. Oh, I can't close that up. All right. Now it looks like my stream is pretty much back to normal, which is awesome. So let's go over to stream one, and I'm moving back and forth just to make sure everything is good. All right, yeah, I thought it was too trashy. Okay, what's the next business? Well, I thank you all for watching and everything. I really do appreciate that. I appreciate my good buddy Ricky for calling in. And coming up next month is my once a month free bass lesson. And the bass lesson is going to focus on hexatonic scales. I heard that. The first time I heard that, wasn't too long ago. it was just a while ago. And I'm saying to myself, what the heck is a hexatonic scale? Well, I didn't think. Okay, there are pentatonic scales. Penta meaning 5. All right, so a hexatonic scale is basically a scale that only has 6 notes in it. Okay? Not 7, not 8, not 5, not 4, but 6 notes. All right? So that's a hexatonic scale. So if we take a D minor scale and we play our minor pentatonic scale, which most people know, 1 4 1 3 1 3, and I got the chorus on there. It's a little much, but okay, so there you have it. Everybody knows that, or most people know that. That's the minor pentatonic. 1 2 3 4 5 notes, and then the last note is a repeat. Okay, so what is the hexatonic scale for minor? It's the same as your minor pentatonic, only if you're in D, you add the second note of the D Dorian scale, which is E, and now you have 6 notes. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and then it repeats. I'm going to take that chorus off. All right, so if I pull up a D minor chord, all right, I couldn't hear it at first. Get a little drum beat. Okay, so this is the hexatonic minor scale, and I'm just going to start off with, I don't know, maybe a funky bass line. Let's see how that works. So remember, it's D, E, F, G, A, C, and then back to D. So here you go. So that's a little bass line with the. Now I didn't use anything else but just the notes from that scale. Okay, I didn't add any notes at all whatsoever. All right, so let's add a little bass here. Okay, now I'm going to turn on a device I call a POG. Well, I don't call it the POG. Electro-Harmonix calls it the POG. And that'll give me an octave up higher on the bass And I'll do a little soloing with the hexatonic minor scale. That's a little loud. All right, so there you go. That's a hexatonic minor. And there's another one, and that I play a lot. That I guess if anybody's ever figured out an Allman Brothers song, whether it be guitar or whether it be bass, and that's the hexatonic major scale. All right, so y'all know your major pentatonic scale. Well, the major hexatonic scale, of course, adds one more note because it's 6-note scale, and that note in the key of C happens to be E flat. Okay, so you're adding the minor third and the major third. And and by the way, I need to give credit where credit is due. I knew these scales, and I played these scales a million times. And as a matter of fact, I absolutely even taught these scales, and I would tell my students, look, I don't know what this scale is. I don't know what to call this scale, but here it is. And it's a pentatonic, but it's got an extra note. See, now, if I would have went to a little more formal school, I would have known pentatonic, hexatonic, one more note. Anyway, but I didn't know that. So I want to give a shout out to Rick Beato, who, if you don't know who Rick Beato is at this point, and you're a musician, and you're scrambling around on YouTube, definitely watch Rick Beato, because I was watching his thing, and I was like, geez, hexatonic scales, what the heck are they? And then when he showed them, I was like, I know those. I've been using those for years. I teach those scales. Anyway, duh. So anyway, there is a hexatonic major, and it's the same And you could play it this way. Okay, but I like to play it this way. All right, so if I just have a drum beat. Or like All My Brothers, I don't know. So you kind of get the idea. So let's play a major chord. And now this is actually, and I should have mentioned that before, that it's a suspended chord going to the major, and the other one was a suspended going to the minor, but it's the same thing. It's just basically D major. All right, so that's kind of like a bass groove and some fills in between there. And let's just add a little bass. I'll do a little soloing. Once again, thank you. If you're tuning in and you're still here, I really appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I have some time, so let me go over here to the chat and check the and let me check the chat and see how everybody's doing. Very cool, great groove. Oh, thank you, Dylan. Yeah, some gospel, yeah. You know, certain scales, they just have a certain, they just have a certain sound. So, well, I'm glad you guys are here watching me, and I'm not here alone. I love you guys. I love you both. And thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's go back and see what is going on at my studio. Let's go back to screen one. All right, I'll do a little soloing over this major. I'll give a little bass and see how it sounds. All right. NJ Bass Academy here. The hexatonic scales. Oh! All right, easy stuff, right? Easy stuff. All right, once again, if you're one of my subscribers, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And if you're not a subscriber, I know if you're watching on Facebook, it makes you sign in and do all this kind of crazy stuff. But if you would just take the time and just go over and go to youtube.com and look up NJ Bass Academy and hit the subscribe and the bell for notifications. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll see y'all. Peace, love, and music for all. Don't forget to support me on Patreon at NJ Bass Academy. Thank you very much. Until the next time, peace, love, and music for all. Don't forget to support me on Patreon at NJ Bass Academy. Thank you very much. Until the next time, peace, love, and music for all. Oh yeah. Don't forget to support me on Patreon at NJ. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I really do appreciate that. Until the next time, peace, love, and music for all. Oh yeah. Don't forget to support me on Patreon